What's up, world? Today's the first official show of Soulection Radio. Happy to be bringing you the futuristic beats, eclectic sounds, soulful music, quality music. Want to thank you all for tuning in. It's finally official now. My name is Joe K, by the way, and I'm broadcasting live from Kbeach.org out here in Cal State, Long Beach University. Today's very, very official. We got some quality music coming up. Okay. Got it. As you play, just like a studio once you bring your mic up and stuff. Okay. But I'm saying it'll. Oh, I get what you're saying. So today we're at the Levi House here in Los Angeles, and I couldn't be happier. It's nice to be out of the studio. You know, it's just special, the fact that Levi's provided this for us. And again, thank you to Beats One, and just having my friends and family here, just being able to express myself in a comfortable environment. Hopefully it brings out a really good set for me today. Happy 300, Joe. To start from Long Beach State, in the little dungeon, the bunker, and to be able to progress to this and to have, I thought it was really crucial to have people who've been a part of the story, whether it was from the beginning of time. It feels pretty surreal. It doesn't feel like 300. It feels like, I don't know, I feel like I just started maybe 2 years ago. But it's crazy, it's already been a little bit over 6 years. So it was always broadcasting and radio and kind of just spreading like this sound to the people was what first and foremost came to me. And that was my passion since day one. So that's kind of how it came about. And once I got that, I never looked back, and I just kind of got addicted to the feeling of like spreading music. So that was a moment when I realized that Soulection needed to be started. And we kind of said, you know what, instead of waiting, why don't we just put ourselves on and put our own people on. I ended up going to Long Beach. I did some research, took a tour, and fell in love with the campus. And the first day I was there during like orientation, I met the program director and the head GM at the time, the manager, and I told him what I do. I sent him a link to the True Seekers podcast and like my podcast, and then I pretty much told him like, look, I'm ready, and he put me on air that same day. As you know, Soulection, every week we just kind of cater to new music, but I'm kind of feeling a lot of classics and influential, inspiring music that has kind of got me to this point, and it's one of those type of days, all right? So let's do what we love, all right? Let's enjoy this beat journey. 2 weeks later was when we had launched show number one. So show number one on January 24th, 2011 was when Soulection launched. So my whole life was just class, studio, and I wasn't even working there at the time. I was still working at the Olive Garden. I used to do whatever it took. I would, of course, get things on flash drives and CDs when people still like passed out CDs. So I would go see like, I don't know, like After One or Flying Lotus. This is before they were bigger. They would be selling their CDs like on the low, like after the say like during the merch table, and it usually had like some exclusive stuff on there. I did whatever it took to get the show out, and I didn't make any excuses. I promoted it on every social, and then I would keep it moving. But over time, over the years, by the time like show 100, 150 came, it started really like picking up, especially when SoundCloud came out with the repost feature, and we started uploading to SoundCloud, and that changed the whole game.
We're floating on air, oh, flying, oh yeah.
I had so many guests on, like Dame Funk came on. That was like a big deal, I remember when like Frank Nitt and Illa J, because they were one of the closest people to Dilla, obviously, like Illa J being his brother. That was a moment for me too, because I got to hear like direct Dilla stories from the source.
I've known Dilla since 1986, so I got 20 plus years of stories before he made that first beat, before he got that first drum machine, all that.
I want that one, I want that, I want that, I want that joint. But
to even bring in our own crew, our own artists and DJs, and to see them get comfortable on the mic and play exclusive sets. Carmack, Carmack went to Long Beach State.
Beautiful days are coming up.
Fuck yeah.
You heard it first here at Soulection Radio. But the homies that make the best music are about to get onto the top of the world. In weeks' time, maybe months, I don't know.
Those days lasted for about 2 years, and then that's when I got picked up by Rinse FM.
Oh yeah, man, it feels good to be back. First show on Rinse. My name is Joe K. This is Soulection Radio. I couldn't be happier to present The Sound of Tomorrow here on such a well-respected network.
When I went to Rinse, I was like, okay, word, like this is my time where I get to worry less and focus on the music. But instead, and unfortunately, because they were based in London, they didn't have a studio in LA, and I ended up just saying, you know what, I'm gonna record at the HQ, Soulection HQ, the old HQ, and those were some of the toughest, memories of my radio career for sure, because I was on my own. I had to learn how to run a show from top to bottom. You know what I mean? Like I had to record it on my own. I had to do my own vocals. I had to buy my own equipment. I had to edit my own show. I had to do everything. And it was just really hard, and it lasted for about 8 months. And it started to take a toll on me because every Friday night I did not sleep. You know what I mean? Because I was on my own. And I'm such a perfectionist, and the way I do things, I had to just get it done, but it was stressful. There was times where I recorded something and it didn't record, so I had to start from scratch, and I was sleeping at the office. I was miserable, man, in terms of my health. So many different radio personalities have their own style. It's really hard. I can't emulate Big Boy. Can't emulate, many people. Can't imitate freaking Anthony Valdez. He has his own voice, his own speed of song. You know what I mean? Santana, I can't. I got so much love for the Rinse family. I'll never take that for granted. They looked out for me for real, and I met some great people through there. But then after that, Red Bull came along.
Again, my name is Joe K. This is show 210. We are here recording live at Red Bull Studios, Los Angeles. I got my main man, Spazzy Rocket, in the house. What's up?
Yes, sir. What's up, man? What's good with you?
Man, what about Saturday though?
That was another bucket list platform that I wanted to be a part of, which was RBMA Radio, and they were about to champion me as one of the first shows on RBMA Radio as I was recording there, because it was relaunching. But until then, they're like, just use our studio space. You have it all day. You have an engineer, and just use it for however long you want. But we had some great memories there, man. We had I remember one of the biggest memories was introducing Bryson Tiller and Jay Lewis. It was nice to watch that connection grow, and because Jay Lewis was the hungriest there, always plugging in his aux and always playing his beats. He was the first one that was ready every week, and I appreciated that. And to see that and to see where they're at now, that story makes me happy. So that was one of the coolest moments, that came from there. And then, as RBMA and the station was getting a relaunch, I got a call one day from the Apple team and Beats, and I got invited to Beats headquarters, and not knowing what to expect, I had a meeting with Zane Lowe, and it was top secret, and that was a moment where my life changed.
Yeah. So let me know when we roll.
You're rolling already.
Oh. Future beats, eclectic soul. One more time. Shit. Future beats, eclectic soul, forgotten gems, and timeless sounds. All brought to you by Joe K. This is Soulection Radio on Beats One.
Oh man, welcome. I want to thank everyone for being here first and foremost. My name is Joe K. This is Soulection Radio, show 300. So many feelings, so many emotions. It's kind of weird having people here looking at me, but I couldn't ask for the better people to be here. So thank you once again. Today's show 300. It's only right that we do a 3-hour show. everything that's going to be played today is strictly everything that's been inspired to create Soulection. So it's going to really be about the music today. Malia, what do you want to hear? Okay, we got you. So today's a 3-hour show, and I want to thank everyone once again for supporting Soulection all these years.
300. Yep. 300.
It was just from the heart, you know, and I think that like people really appreciated that. Those first like 4.5, 5 years up until Beats 1, there was no funding. Everything was on me. Like I said, even when I was at Rents, I had to buy my own microphone, I had to do my own research, I had to buy everything. I'm a lot cleaner and a lot more professional now, and like I owe it to these guys because that was the first time in those 4.5, you know, once I got to Beats, that I had any sort of training on how to really speak, talking points, and how to really present a show. And having a team to handle that for me and to really like keep my focus on the music, that helps me tremendously. Every week, man, it's like, it's a team. It's not just me, you know? Like, that's what people need to understand. It's like, it takes a team to run this, for sure.